Hey guys, it's Kelly from FitnessBlender.com, and today I have a combination HIIT cardio and core workout for you. You don't need any equipment at all. This is going to be right around 30 minutes and it includes your warm-up and your cool down. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we're going to start off nice and light with the boxer shuffle. This cardio warm-up is roughly 4 minutes, so if you've been sitting for a very long time, you may want to do a couple minutes extra warm-up. Otherwise, we got everything you need right here. I'm going to be showing low-impact modifications throughout this whole routine, so if you have neighbors below you, or you're kind of working your way up to HIIT, I've got you covered there too. So meanwhile, we're just getting our muscles warmed up here. Next up, we're going to be doing a torso twist plus a knee. For 25 seconds each of these intervals, no rest in between, so kind of a quick transition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and knee. So you're just warming up that core. You don't have to move at the same pace as me, and that's true through this whole workout. Just do what you need to challenge yourself. Even if that means moving faster than I do, go for it. Challenge yourself. Alright, next up we've got an overhead stretch plus a toe touch, so nice and tall right here. Then come down and touch your toes. So you're getting a good stretch through that back as well as the back of your thighs. Alright, next up we've got high kicks. So I'm going to do 2 on each leg before switching. So standing up nice and tall, kicking as high as you can while it's still in control of that range of motion. Pull in your core, keep it nice and tight. And make sure you're breathing. Even here in the warm-up, you want to make sure that you're not holding your breath. 5 seconds left. I'm going to switch to lateral steps plus pulls. So right here in the center, overhead, and then pull back and behind yourself, kind of doing a shallow lunge behind yourself. Really appreciate that upper body stretch. It feels awesome with those arms over your head. And then pull the opposite direction. Alright, next up we've got walk downs. Alright, so standing up nice and tall, bend forward, walk yourself out incrementally, and then back up. So getting those arms working, using your chest muscles, and you're warming up the backs of your thighs. Keep it going. Next up we have just plain bodyweight squats. I'm going to be warming up those legs more. We're doing lots of lower body work today too. So this is a HIIT workout and core, but all of the HIIT intervals definitely target the butt and thighs. So feet shoulder width apart, back nice and flat, weight predominantly in your heels. Start the range of motion by sticking out your butt behind you. Alright, next up is lunges, so I'm going to go reverse here. Step back behind your body, staying up nice and tall through the torso. Squeeze those glutes. Got just a couple more warm-up intervals here. And next up we're doing jumping jacks. Alright, here we go. So right here, make sure you're doing a full range of motion. If you want low impact, just step from side to side. Make it work for you. So as you get more warmed up, try to pick up the pace a little. 5 seconds, and we're going to switch to single high knees. So right here, you're actually going back and forth, kind of like a single double high knee. If you want it low impact, just cut that out. But you can still move quick. Under 10 seconds. Alright, so grab your water bottle because we're going directly into that HIIT workout. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, our first interval is going to be 2 knee pulls plus a wide jump squat. So I'll show you, like I said, those low impact modifications. Otherwise, I want you to push as hard as you can during this 20 seconds is all it is. So right here, 1, 2, step wide and squat. Next, you're gonna repeat on the other side, 2, wide and squat. If you want low impact, just stay here. Wide squat and toes up. You're gonna do a calf raise. All right, so there's 10 seconds, so we have just 2 more of those intervals to go. Like I said, this is gonna fly right by, so push yourself as hard as you can during those 20-second intervals. 1, here we go. That's halfway already. 2, 1. All right, 1 more of those to go. Take some nice deep breaths while you can. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jump up as hard as you can. Keep it going. It's about 5 seconds left. Okay, we're done with those. Next up, we're doing 3 side squats plus a burpee. Okay, so I'm gonna stay nice and low. So 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. If you want a low impact, turn it into steps. If you're low for space, you can always just march in place. 1 of those down. 2 more to go. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Here we go. So staying low and down. Keep it going, halfway. 3 seconds. Okay, just 1 more of those to go. Whew. My muscles are talking to me already. It's a good sign. Here we go. Get low and hop to the side. You can always wear a weighted vest if you want to make this harder. All right, that's our HIIT portion for now. Next up, we're gonna be doing 3 core exercises. So we're starting off with 3 toe taps, heel taps rather, and an extension. So, back flat on the mat, we're going up to 1 heel, then the other, then 3, and extend your legs. Start on the opposite side. So, you're working your core here, your obliques, and then right here, you're gonna feel this through your quads. So we're going for 45 seconds. Stop and take breaks if you need to. Otherwise, for as long as you can before you take a breather. Three seconds. All right, so next up, we're doing a T stabilization plus a toe touch. So it's gonna be working our entire core as well as our glutes and our upper body. So I'm gonna come up into a tall plank. Once you're here, open up, get a nice stretch. Then you're gonna walk yourself back up and take that hand and tap the opposite toe. Then you're gonna repeat on the opposite side. Stretch up, walk up, tap that toe. So just keep it going like that. If this is too hard, you can always do it from your knees. So you'll have to get up, tap yourself on that toe. So while you're doing that tall plank and that T stabilization, you want to keep your body facing the ground as much as you can through the hips. You're just opening up, but keep a nice straight line through your body. I think I'm tapping the wrong foot. That HIIT makes it hard to think, you know? It's a brain challenge as well. All right, so next up we're gonna be doing snow angel toe touch. It's kind of like a star jump toe touch, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be working your entire core here, as well as your thighs again. So going out and then up. So out, but you're hovering over the ground. If you want to make it harder, you can do the actual snow angel, and you'll definitely feel that. Otherwise, make it easier. Let's go out, make an X with your body, and then come up. And I'm already sweating like mad. Make sure you're not holding your breath. If you have trouble, lower back trouble, or you're brand new, you can always just stick out one leg so that you're not putting that back out there unsupported with those leg lifts. All right, so now we're going back to HIIT. Move my mat out of the way. All right, so we have 180 jump squats. So we got 20 on, 10 off, 3 times through. Here we go. So starting here, bouncing over, jumping over to the other side. So 180. If you want it low impact, just stay feet planted. Just go front and back, and then just change legs. So you're just swiveling on there without any jumping at all. All right, one down, keep your feet moving, do at least a jog in place, though you're welcome to do high knees or burpees through your breaks. Here we go, nice and low, explode, till you're facing the other side. And if you can't do 180, you can always do what you're comfortable with. If it makes you dizzy, make it work for you. Oh. Okay, one more of those. Nice deep breaths. Here we go. Make sure you're landing soft, keeping your back flat. Oh man, my quads are talking to me. Okay, next up we're gonna be doing lateral bounds. Forgive the traffic out there. All right, so we're going laterally, but we're not setting our foot down. So you're leaping as far as you can and balancing on that one leg. If you wanna make it low impact, side to side, and do a high knee. It's especially hard when you're breathing this hard, when you've been challenging yourself. Balance kind of goes out the window. Okay, 2 more of those. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ten seconds. Try to jump the same distance on each side so you're developing equal strength in both of those legs. All right. Okay, one more of those. Deep breaths. Here we go. Five seconds, keep it going. 2, 1. All right. Next up, we're gonna be doing figure 4 leg drops. So flat on your back, you cross one foot over the other. So we're gonna do a crunch here, lower your legs, come back up, crunch and switch legs. Switch which one's on top. If you want to make it easier, you can just cut it out so that you're just doing the leg lift without the crunch. Try to keep your back flat on the mat. 2, 1. All right, next up is bird dog. So be facing the mat on all fours here, lifting up opposite arm and leg. This is a really good one for back stability. You don't want to work the front of the core without working the entire core. I see a lot of abs workouts that just work the frontal abdominal panel, and that means that you're making yourself more susceptible to injury because you're not working the entire set of muscles. If you want to make this harder, you can do little pulses. So 1, 2, really working it while it's in that hardest range of motion. Squeezing. You can definitely probably tell that you're working your glutes here as well as your stomach and your back. 15 seconds. Two, 1. All right. So we have one more before we're going for a water break. We're going to be doing back bow pulses. So you're going to lay flat out here with your hands behind your head. For the easiest version, you can even go out here too to make it harder. So we're coming up into a back bow, and then 3 pulses, nice and slow, no bouncing, really controlled, at the top of the range of motion before you come back down to rest. If you want to make it harder, don't actually rest, just kind of hover over the mat. So you're not releasing those muscles, you're just coming right back up. Helps to have a nice thick exercise mat for this, which if you don't, I would recommend just sticking to bird dog if you don't have anything that makes this exercise comfortable. Keep it going. So you should feel this definitely through that lower back. All right, so that is our water break. We're halfway through with this routine, so grab a quick drink of water. We'll jump right back in. All right, we're over halfway done here, and next up we have our HIIT intervals again, 20 on, 10 off, and we're starting off with a lunge plus a kick. So we're gonna move as quickly as we can with clean form, get that heart rate nice and high again. So back and kick high, then switch. Just gonna repeat on opposite legs. Keep moving the whole time, keep your core nice and tight. Squeeze those glutes, make it really count. 2, 1. All right, there's one down. Keep your feet moving. All right, here we go with number 2. 2, 1, start it up. Back and kick. Two, 1. All right, one more of those to go. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Nice and strong. Make sure you're not rounding your back at all. Don't cave into yourself. All right, we're done with those. Next up we have jump squats. So 3 rounds of jump squats before we get to our core work. 3 seconds left. Here we go. So you're jumping up as hard as you can and landing as soft as you can. If you want to make this low impact, just stay right here and do a regular squat. So just cut out the jumps if you need to. And if it gets too hard for you, if you get tired of doing the hard version, pardon the garbage truck. If you get tired of doing the hard version, you can always switch back and forth between the low impact and the harder version. Just make sure that you're always pushing yourself. 2, 1, here we go. Make sure you're exhaling. And make sure to try to actually get your butt low. A lot of people end up doing jump squats like this and they're just rounding their back, so try to get your butt low. All right, one more of those. 3 seconds. Here we go. Ah, 5 seconds. Ouch! Okay, so next up we're doing a side plank plus a dip and a kick. So again, another core workout that ends up being a total body workout. So you can go into a full plank if you like. We're dipping and then kicking. Dip and kick. So if you want to make it easier, do it from your knees and bring that foot out in front of you. So work with the range of motion that you've got. Don't force anything. Make sure you're keeping that elbow right underneath that shoulder. Oh, yeah, I feel this in my obliques and my thighs. Keep it going. Right around 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so as you might have guessed, we have to do that on the other side. So we're gonna flip over. 5 seconds left. Remember the hardest version. If you've got the core and leg strength up here, do your dip, and then your kick out front. That is hard. I struggle with that. So remember your knee option. Keep it going. Go to your happy place. 20 seconds left. If you get really tired, you can just stop and hold that side plank if you need to before you get back into the dips and the kicks. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last core exercise is going to be 100. So you can pick your level of difficulty. You can put your feet on the ground flat if you like. If you want to make it harder, keep your legs out in a 90. No further in from that hip joint. We're going to be doing 5 inhales, 5 exhales. Here we go. Now inhale for 5 counts, then exhale for 5 counts. So focus on, like I said, keeping a 90 degree at that knee, not bringing your legs in closer over that hip joint. You can also extend right here. The further you let those legs out, the harder it's going to be. Ooh. All right, there's our core. So next up, I'm going to go back to that last HIIT interval. So we're starting off with squat jacks. So you're going to stay nice and low and just hopping those feet to a narrow squat to a wide squat. So here, you're coming in, but you're staying low the whole time. As low as you can control, as low as you can tolerate. If you want to make it low impact, just step to the side. But you're kind of doing a squat in each position with those feet. 5 seconds. Whew. Nice deep breaths. Here goes round 2 in just a couple seconds. All right, sink low, start it up. So move your feet as quickly as you can, maintaining good form and keeping that squat as low as you can. It's easy, like I said, to start rounding your back, but you're really only doing this. So get low and bounce. Keep that back flat. Whew. All right, one more round of those. 3 seconds. Here we go. Start it up. Ten seconds. 5. All right. So the last HIIT interval is going to be jumping jacks. We move as quickly as we can here. All right. Remember your low impact option. You can still pick up the pace. So move as quickly as you can. 5 seconds. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. So this is the part of the routine where we find out if I actually got my sets right, because you guys were making fun of me today how often we miscount our reps and sets today on Twitter. I totally understand. We are really bad at that. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, just 1 more of those to go. And we'll make our way through our cool down and stretch. Well-deserved cool down and stretch. Here we go. Seconds. All right, don't go too far. Grab a quick drink of water if you need to. We'll be right back for your cool down. All right, guys, I know it can be tempting, but you never want to skip your cool down and stretch. So we're gonna bring our heart rate down nice and slow while stretching out those muscles that we just worked. So kind of move your feet back and forth, swing your arms out a little bit. Take nice deep breaths here and just start pressing into the range of motion of your arms. So out to the back, across your front, just kind of stretching. You can take them up overhead. Stretch out, stretch those fingers. I've been sitting on the computer all day long. Should feel good. Lean side to side here. It's kind of a little bit of freestyle movement wherever you feel tight. Kind of kick yourself in the butt here. Arms up overhead and then back down behind your body. Nice deep breaths. So you're going to want to drink a lot of water when you're done with this workout. And eat a healthy meal as soon as you can after you're done. So I'm going to start by just touching my toes. So I'm going to stretch out that lower back as well as the backs of your thighs here. I'm going to put my upper body into it as well by letting my arms fold up over my head. So you can move back and forth between your feet here, kind of change the stretch a little bit. Find places where you feel tight. Just move nice and gently, and you're never forcing anything. So just take your time. Your flexibility will be different probably every day of your life. So never judge yourself, just listen to your body. All right, next up, I'm gonna stretch out the front of my thighs here. We definitely worked our quads a lot in this workout, so pulling that foot up to your butt. All right, gonna go ahead and switch sides. Alright, let's do some warrior type stretches here. So 1 foot out behind you, stretch those arms out side to side, straight out from your shoulders. Now tip forward, you should get a nice torso stretch, oblique stretch to this. And lean up overhead to intensify that stretch even more. Kind of bring your arm up and down to change the stretch a little. Now fold over and sink into a runner stretch. So you're getting the hip flexor of this leg right here. Remember to breathe nice and deep. Now press up, and you're changing the stretch so that it becomes a lower back and hamstring stretch again. You can also try to press this heel down to the floor to get a good calf stretch. Alright, coming back up. I'm going to switch sides. So we're doing the same thing on this side this time. First you're leaning into the stretch a little bit, stretch through your hips. Arms out, press them behind you. We're leaning over. Again, you can kind of move that arm and change the amount of stretch that you get through your side of your body here, through your obliques. fold over into that runner stretch again. And only go as deep as these into these as you need to feel a stretch. And I'm going to press back so you get a good stretch through that hamstring again and your lower back. Alright, let's soften our knees and walk out to wide toe touch. So legs nice and wide, just getting those a little bit deeper stretch in those hamstrings, kind of lean back and forth as you want to. We'll usually have one side that is tighter than the other. So want to give it a little extra love. Alright, now walk back up. Okay, so we're going to come down and walk down slowly into a calf stretch. So take your time getting there. You can feel your calf stretch all the way down, but once you're in a tall plank, go ahead and drop one knee and then try to press that heel onto the ground so you get a nice calf stretch. I'm having trouble talking, probably just because I just burned through all my carbohydrate stores. So this is why I tell you to eat when you're done working out. Go ahead and switch sides. You need to replenish that so that your mind and your body have fuel to work on. You don't want to work out that hard and then not feed yourself, or everything from, as you can tell with me right now, your speech will even be impacted. You cannot starve yourself and hope for good things to happen. Alright, so we're going to come down to a tall plank, lower yourself and press up. Put your hands next to your sides and press up just far enough to feel a good stretch through the front of your core. Make sure that your shoulders aren't creeping up to your ears. Keep them pressed down. Alright, now press back into a child's pose. So this should feel really good on those muscles through your back and your upper body. Alright, now we're going to come up on our knees and do a nice stretch to the front of our core again. So you can either lean back like this, or if you need a deeper stretch, you can press up so your glutes leave your heels. You get a nice stretch through the front of your body. Back to the other side. This also feels really good on those upper body muscles too. Alright, so that is it for this workout. So make sure, like I said, that you drink lots of water to replenish everything that you just sweated out, and make sure to eat a good healthy meal as soon as you can once you're done here. Otherwise, good job guys, this workout is complete. Thank you for working out with me.